All right, so welcome to Long Island Nightlight LINL Radio's interviews. I am Lou, and I am incredibly pleased to be joined once again by Tony West, the frontman of Los Angeles rock group Blacklist Union. Tony was here almost a year ago when we talked about the release of the Blacklist Union's album at that time, the full-length LP, Slay the Dragon. Since then, there's so much that has gone on, a couple of huge releases, a tour that's going to be starting soon. Perhaps I think I even read an album in the spring. So I just gonna give Tony the floor to talk about all of that because there's been so much going on in less than a year. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. We got D Hayes, our rhythm guitar player, behind me.
And D Hayes is here too, as well. So that's awesome.
Our gear ready for the tour.
Here. Yeah. Okay. So the tour. I mean, so that's coming up. Is the first show September 13th? Is that?
No, it's September 1st, I think.
September 1st?
Oh, September 2nd.
September 2nd. Okay. Because I was researching a little bit, and just getting ahead of ourselves a little bit here. Blacklist Union and Femme Fatale will be touring with Faster Pussycat throughout Europe, beginning early in September. So we're just a couple of weeks away here. So I'm glad to get a hold of them. So how do you feel? You getting psyched for that or what?
We've been psyched. There's a lot of work involved. There's all kinds of logistics involved and buffoonery involved, and just all kinds of stuff. But we love Tammy as family. He's our friend, and I've known Tammy forever, but we've really gotten to know each other the last year or so. And he's just such a beautiful human, and of course he's a rock and roll motherfucking legend.
Sure.
And Dee's been friends with him for years and years. Dee's from Seattle too originally, and that's where Tammy's from. But we're super honored that they asked us, and Tammy's people asked our people, one of those things. And
sure.
I said, yeah, can we have Lorraine open the show? Because Lorraine's my girlfriend too now, and
sure.
So she's going to be opening the show with her band Femme Fatale. And Josie from Saliva, who's my good friend, told me he had her poster when we were kids.
That's great. That's funny.
Like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm surprised he admitted that to you, but
Oh, why not? But whatchamacallit? We're looking forward to it. We're all traveling on one bus, a double-decker bus, which this is my first official tour bus. Like, I've been on Friends countless of times, but for me, it's my first one, and I've never even been on a double-decker bus. So, the first time on a double-decker bus, it's going to be a tour bus. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
But we have a bunch of shows, and we're super excited.
I was talking to your PR guy about the interview, and I selfishly wanted to speak to you after the tour to hear about it. And he said, maybe it'd be a good idea to talk about it before they go to promote it. And I said, yeah, that's a good idea.
We can do both. We'll do both.
I would love to. Hear
let's
how
do
it
that.
goes.
Yeah.
So I was looking, if you felt, someone looking over your shoulder earlier, I was stalking your Instagram a little bit, just looking for some of the tour dates and some of the information. Looks like September 13th at Belfast Empire Music Hall. And being the nosy person I am, I researched that place, and it looks like a beautiful place to play. So that's got to be awesome.
Yeah, Belfast is the festival, I think, right? And that's Ireland. So
yeah,
I keep forgetting we're going to Ireland too.
Yeah, it looks like it's starting like early in the day and going.
We're going to all the countries that I have ancestors from. Strangely.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah, because I'm Italian, Irish, German, and Cherokee Indian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're hitting all those places.
What the hell? Yeah. D just said I'm the same. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Now, is he just messing with you or is he serious?
No, he's serious. For real.
Wow, that's crazy. Because that's not an easy combination to come up with.
No, it's quite an alcoholic combination.
I wasn't gonna say that. But so that's awesome. So you have those dates now. So you're touring with Lorraine now. I think I caught a video of you guys performing and we're kind of working backwards here, but you guys released a cover tune of the Johnny Cash classic Jackson, and I think you guys have performed that live together, right? I think I saw a video.
That came about. Me and Lorraine met through Tammy actually at a funeral. It was October 26th last year, and it was for this photographer named Glenn LaFurman, who's a really famous photographer, rock photographer, fucking, did everyone. And anyway, Tammy actually introduced me and Lorraine, and it was on from the moment Lorraine and I met. We have this spark and energy and stuff, that rare thing. But so right away we decided to. She was like, "Let's record Stop Dragging My Heart Around" by Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty, and we did that. That's coming out on her new record when that comes out on Cleopatra, and
Cool.
And then a friend of mine suggested, why don't you guys do Jackson? My friend Heidi Allen, who was best friends with Lemmy and Phil Campbell and Jimmy Bain and all kinds of people. But and we were like, all right. And I wanted to do it where I always loved the punch and the impact that Social D's, what did they do? Ring of Fire.
Yes.
How they,
yes.
The tones and the punch. And so many punk rockers, including myself, growing up, was like, oh, Johnny Cash, he's cool. It's okay to like Johnny Cash.
Sure.
People discovered Johnny Cash from that song.
Yeah.
I did. I was one of them. And anyway, so with Jackson, I want to have the same punch and, like punk rock and energetic. Man, Johnny Cash, he did those amazing fucking songs. Remember 9 Inch Nails, and he did all that shit.
Yeah, so didn't he do a Soundgarden tune or something?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I never heard that.
Yeah. Which one is it?
I think Rusty Cage.
Rusty Cage. Yeah.
Oh, really? He did that one?
I grew up with I'm not that I was a huge fan, but I grew up with a poster of Johnny Cash in my basement. So
right. What was it? This one where he's that one?
I'm not even. I just have this vague memory of it. My mother taught music in our basement, so she had posters of some people.
Nice.
He's been looking over my shoulder pretty much my whole life here. But
nice.
Yeah, so check out that Rusty Cage if you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, so you came up with the concepts of the genre you wanted to hit, the song title, and then the video came about, right?
Yeah, so the video was shot by Paul Crosby, our manager, of course, who is the original drummer in Saliva, and he was on the road for over 20 years. He never wants to go on the road again. Can't say I blame him, but he likes being at home with his wife and his dogs and stuff. But we love all his families. I love him. And he did such a great job on that video. He shot it, edited it, and everything, and it's outstanding, that video.
It is.
Yeah, it was super fun to do. No midgets though in the video. That's the only downside.
I mean, I found myself saying some small element is lacking here.
Yeah.
But yeah, but in all seriousness, my compliments. Just,
thank you.
Whatever it's worth of the whole concept of choosing the song, the genre that you brought it to, and then the concept of the video, and then you guys going on tour together. I mean, I'm sure you're going to jump on stage, or she'll jump on stage, whatever. I would think that you guys have plans to perform.
So the last two, not to give it away, but the last two shows we did out here in May, and what was it, July, Viper Room and the Whiskey. We closed the show with Jackson. Me and Lorraine will do it. And as she said from the gate, it's a barn burner.
Yeah. So, it is. It's got to be great.
And it's a lot of fun, dude. We have fun.
Yeah.
Me and Lorraine have fun. Like she's my girlfriend too, but like I never did any of that kind of stuff with my girl before. And it's super fun performing with her. Like we actually have a good time, And
that comes across, and I would think that, fans are going to love it too. And all those Europeans are going to be like, this is awesome.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
What the hell was I going to say? Yeah. But like I said, I dig the whole, the whole concept and everything with it. One little thing is like when you cover a song from like an icon, was there any like hesitation? Like, are we going to get any shit for this from the purist Johnny Cash people? Was there any?
Dude, we got thumbs up, 2 separate thumbs up from Johnny Cash's family, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. From Rosanna Cash.
That's so awesome.
I forgot who it was. Johnny's son or something. But yeah, man, they loved it, and that's the ultimate honor. Of course, Tracy Guns told me once, if you don't have haters, you're nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So there's always going to be people like, oh, you ruined the song and this and that. It's our spin of the song, and it's giving, kudos to Johnny and June. Their love was fucking legendary. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And we love them, and we did it out of love, dude.
That's the way the song comes across. And, I haven't seen anything I was just curious if you had any like thoughts.
Well, I
about,
have to feel. I feel the social media shit sometimes.
yeah, yeah.
Well, but it's okay.
No, you have to, you have to do what's in your heart, and
Yeah, man.
So
You're not going to please all the people, and that's fine. The people we're pleasing seem to be quite happy. And what's cool about the tour is, people that love rock and roll, there's still people that don't know who Blacklist Union is, and I'm looking forward to them finding out. So.
Yeah. You mentioned the Viper Room show. I think you guys had a Long Island band on that show, and 10 Ton Mojo, I believe.
Yeah, 10 Ton Mojo was there. Scott Lano's my friend, for years.
Yeah. I quietly hated them, and I'm saying this, just in jest. I like those guys personally.
Oh, yeah.
I quietly hated them just out of jealousy for being on the bill with you guys. So.
Yeah, there was another New York band. What were they called?
Oh yeah, I can't. 10 Ton Mojo, and then there was another band too.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't really know those guys. I know that I've had some, interaction with the guys in 10 Ton Mojo. I don't know the other band, so
yeah.
And it's always been positive, but I hated them anyway for being, able to open for you guys. So, so then what about the latest release, Madam Butterfly? Can we chat about that one there? That seemed to come out of nowhere to me. Like I was like, wow, another song.
Oh yeah, I mean, Madam Butterfly, I wrote it about Lorraine. Me and Chris Johnson wrote it, our producer, and it's doing really well. And the chorus, it's so much fun. Again, I enjoy singing it. I loved writing it. I love the process of writing, recording, and then performing. I love that. It's all the logistics that make me fucking nuts. It's like,
sure.
But the creative part, I just love, and Lorraine, it's about her, and she's super good to me. I was in a marriage that almost killed me, like for real, and I forgot what it was like to be treated human and like a man and stuff, dude. And that went on for 9 years, so I'm super grateful for Lorraine, and she's a fucking soldier too. Like, she's been doing this since way before me, and but she's super sweet. She's wise. She's fun. She's talented. She's positive juju and energy. Like we all went. We went skydiving. Me, Lorraine, our assistant, and then our crew guy, Satanic Alan.
Okay.
And, when Lorraine landed, I landed first because I jumped first. They were like, "Who wants to jump first?" I'm like, "I'll do it." But when Lorraine landed, dude, she was giggling. Like, and I'm like, "You're the only person I know that would just skydive and land giggling." Like,
yeah, right.
Most people, when when I landed, they said, "What was the best part?" And I said, "Fucking landing, getting on the ground."
I'd be deep in prayer, probably. Not giggling.
So that's Madam Butterfly, and it's a sweet love song. Like it's just a sweet song.
And by today's standards, it's a heavy tune. In my opinion, my perception of it.
Yeah.
But it's really catchy and melodic. And I find myself not only like rewinding or singing back in my mind the vocal melodies, but the guitars too.
Nice,
like that breakdown riff when you get to when it stops, and then there's that. I mean, I'm not going to start singing the riff right now.
I love that part.
You'll hang up on me. Yeah, but I really, like I find it catchy.
Yeah.
Instrumental wise and vocal wise, so it's pretty awesome.
I love that. I always say like the guitar hook should be as big of a hook as the vocal.
Yeah, and you got that there. And then now that's not to disparage any of your other tunes either.
Yeah.
I'm not complimenting one at the expense of the other ones. I love it all.
Right. Thank you.
I get the sense that you pay very particular attention to your lyrics, and that's one of the things that draws me to your music most of all. It seems like you take great care in what you're writing, and unfortunately I don't see that often.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything you want to say about your process of writing lyrics, or
So I love writing lyrics. I take lyric writing very seriously, and it's very deep and meaningful to me. It's not surface bullshit to sound cool or whatever. And of course, I went to the jungle and ayahuasca 4 times now, done that 23 times, and I've been through all kinds of stuff. But ever since I was a little boy, I remember writing lyrics 5, 6 years old. And then, so in high school, I had this, I went to high school in Yonkers, and I had this teacher, Mr. Mitchell. He was from Ireland, and I would do the writing assignments because I loved writing, and I would hand them in, but I'd leave and like fucking cut class, you know. And this dude would come, he would come and find me, dude, and be like, he would say, Tony, why don't you come to class? You're such a great writer, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, I got better shit to do, you know. Then I was smoking weed with my friends and stuff. But point being is I've always took to writing, even as a kid being in Catholic school and like penmanship and all that shit. I just always loved English and stuff. And, you know, Anne Rice, we were both born on October 4th too, Anne Rice. So anyway, I love writing lyrics. Lyrics are super important. I was very influenced by lyrics as a kid. So, you know, when there's only songs about the bitches and the dope and fucking being a gangster and all this fucking shit, you can't tell me that kids aren't influenced by that shit. They absolutely 1,000,000% are.
Yeah.
So, because I was influenced by what songs said. I mean,
there's a responsibility when you're writing, you know.
Not to blame Axl Rose, but like, I had to try, you know, Night Train, and of course I had to try heroin, you know, but I don't recommend that to anyone. But you know, so I was influenced by, you know, music, and I know people are. So most of the songs now, they're all about my life experiences and healing through the shit I've been through and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, and you know, in my capacity with the radio, a lot of the music is polished and it's well done and well written, and a lot of times the difference maker to me is the lyrical content, you know. And if you're not creating art somehow with those lyrics in some way, I really feel like the music is only going to go to a certain point. It's only going to get to a certain point.
And you don't want to sound like everyone else either. Like, remember the Ramones sang rock and roll radio, like rock and roll radio way back when, like everything sounds the same. Singers sound the same. Like everything sounds the same. And, you know, sometimes I'm getting told by people, you have to write active rock songs. I'm like, what does that even mean? I go, I don't listen to that shit. Why would I write it? I'm like, I don't fucking care. I mean, of course I care, but like, I'm not following any trends. You know what I'm saying?
No, you
got to carve your own shit, man, in anything.
Yeah. If I've learned anything from, because I do music as well and everything, and if I've learned anything from getting to know you a little bit and listening to your music, it's just to be more myself, not to be somebody else.
Authentic and genuine to yourself. Yeah. And then people feel that, and it comes across, and that's what people, without even knowing, you know, it's a frequency. They're drawn to it, you know?
Yep. Yeah. So that's what I take away from it. So if you're trying to get that message across, it's working, you know?
That's great.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So now, is there really a full album on the horizon in the spring?
So we're working on a new record. It's called The Good, the Bad, and the Notorious.
Yeah, I like that title.
We're we got 6 originals and 3 covers already. Aerosmith, Looking to Promise. Me and Jesse Hughes from Eagles of Death Metal did Pale Shelter by Tears for Fears.
Oh, cool. Holy shit.
And then there's one more I can't remember. But
cool, man. That's awesome. I love that you do the full length LP format. I think that's great. You know,
that's another thing. You know, I have people tell me sometimes, "Oh, put out 5-song EPs." Like when I was a kid, man, even Van Halen, like they put out full records. Sometimes there was 8 or 9 songs on it, but it was like, you know, it's a record.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you're sticking with that. And I also just want to mention, you know, I got to know you right before Slay the Dragon was coming out, and that music was being sent to me by your PR guy, and I was, you know, really getting into it. It's just an interesting experience for me to get to know somebody's back catalog in reverse. So I got into Letters from the Psych Ward, awesome album, listen to it all the time, you know. Yes. And I'm starting to listen to Back to Momo.
Yeah,
maybe only about 4 or 5 songs. I'm a little slow sometimes to get to things.
Dude. So me and Todd
Youth, an interesting experience to go back.
Me and Todd Youth wrote Back to Momo. And Todd, of course, is a New York hardcore legend. He was in He was in fucking Murphy's Law, and you know, even filled in for Chromax, and he was in Danzig and Ace Frehley.
Yeah, he's in Danzig.
I loved him. He was my fucking brother, you know, and he's no longer with us. But you know, that record. There's been writers in Europe that call it an undiscovered classic rock and roll record. Man, we do so, like, we pull from that record all the time live too, because the energy, you know. So
is Evil Eye from that album?
Yeah, and Evil Eye, that comes from Todd was auditioning for Guns N' Roses before DJ Ashba got the spot. It was down to Todd and DJ Ashba, and Todd had wrote that song for Axl, and Axl didn't want it, and then Todd was like, do you want to hear the song that I wrote for Axel that he didn't want? I was like, yeah, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
So I wrote the lyrics and the melodies, of course. And then,
Yeah,
Todd would
it's a
say,
great tune.
DJ got the job because he wore the hat. Remember the hat? And I was like, dude, he didn't get the job because of the hat.
No, huh?
Yeah. The DJ had a similar hat. It wasn't a top hat, but Todd would swear to God, he got the gig because of the hat. I'm like, yeah, no.
That's great.
Yeah.
But
check out that record. Back to Momo's a great one, dude. I love that one. And Momo is a whorehouse in West Hollywood, Asian whorehouse that I used to be known to frequent back in the day.
Yeah, is that what it is? Okay, I had no idea. All
so
right.
the inside cover has actual pictures from inside Momo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do those gatefold LPs.
Yeah.
You know, I've gotten a couple of them because I needed the lyrics. I was like, I need to know what this guy is singing.
Yeah.
And then I had a little conversation with Paul, the PR guy. I was like, I can't believe how far off I was. He's like, you should make a social media post posting what you thought the lyrics were.
Yeah.
What they really were. And I said, yeah. And I said, if I do that, Tony's going to block me and I'm never going to hear from him again. Cause you're like, what the hell do you have me singing here?
Yeah. I was going to say, fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah. No way.
That's a funny idea.
Yeah. I'm pretty open about things, but that'll go to my grave.
That's
so
awesome.
I want to forget that whole period of my life, really. So, yeah. So, I mean, I think that we've covered everything that's coming up. There's so much, you know. I don't know if there's anything more that you want to bring up. Anything else that you guys are doing?
There's talks about us being in New York City at some point.
Holy shit, that would be awesome.
Maybe in October or November, and maybe with the Dead Boys too. So, yeah.
You know, I'll be there.
We talked after. Oh yeah, we talked last year. So after the Dead Boys tour.
Yeah. We talked in. It was right before. It was the week that Slay the Dragon came out, early September. Because I had just gone back to work and I was hating my life. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
What do you do? What kind of teacher are you?
I teach English, 7th and 8th grade. Yeah, I don't. I don't know if people assume music, but I do English. So.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't teach music. I don't have to hear people play out of tune all the time. So.
We hear that all the
time. All right. I guess so. So anyway, so that's a wrap. But Tony, if you guys would just hang out for a minute after I sign off, that would be cool.
Sure.
But if you're listening to this interview on LINL Radio, I'm going to back it up, of course, with Tony's most recent releases, and then some of the other tracks from Slay the Dragon too. If you're watching this on YouTube, then please like, subscribe, comment, and all that kind of thing. If you're in Europe, get tickets to go see Blacklist Union, Femme, Fatale, Faster Pussycat. Do all those things and make sure you check out those new releases there. So thanks again, guys, for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I look forward to hearing some good double-decker bus stories too.
Thank you for having us and for supporting us, man. We appreciate it.
Anytime. All right, let me just sign off here.